In this video, we're going to look at content in IntelliSense. Content is an AI agent with many different steps. It's pretty simple to set up, and once you've set it up once, you don't need to change it again. You can use something called output templates, and it works a bit like it does under designs, but here you can choose to insert your template, which can be used as part of the content that needs to be written. But for an agent, if you're creating an agent, you can choose whether it should have a keyword input and whether it should also use a product feed as input. This one only uses a keyword input. Steps, you can simply add as many steps as you want. Here, for example, we start with, let's say we take this and call it the intro. This is a regular piece of content. Then there is the templated content. That's the one that uses the output templates I mentioned earlier. It can then do internet research, it can do translation, and it can validate. For example, if you're writing about topics like vitamin pills or dietary supplements or similar, you can ask it to validate that you're not making any claims. You can also ask it to use tools to find more keywords. These elements can be seamlessly included in the text, such as related keywords and, for example, specific questions from certain people. And then you basically just tell the system exactly what you want right here. Now, for this demonstration, we're keeping it very simple. Please write a comprehensive intro with 80 to 120 words. Be sure to use bullet points for clarity, and so on and so forth. The next logical step in this process could then be, in this specific scenario, here you might naturally want to create a comprehensive table of some sort to organize your data. So you carefully choose the exact template you want to use for this purpose. And it is important to remember that it always uses the specific output from the previous step as the direct input for the next one in the sequence. So for a practical example, if you wanted it to include some very specific keywords here in the final result, you can choose to add an additional step here where we find and extract those relevant terms. And then you can write about more keywords, and it does so based on the keywords you set at the beginning. Then here you can choose to use your template, and for example, it could be a product that fits that one, and then you can choose to create your regular content, and here you write below how much it should make and a new step. Once you are completely finished with your work, you save your progress securely, and when you finally run it, you can choose to write in Danish or any other specific language of your choice that you want. And then you provide a detailed description stating that this is about vitamin peppers. And then you click Start Job. And then it begins the execution process once more. And at some point in the near future, you will see that it has successfully gone through each of these 8 individual steps and everything is officially finished. When it's completely finished, it will move over and create a finished article. And this one, it was just over 11,000 tokens and it cost 11 cents. And you can then see it in your library where there's currently a test, and you can choose to edit, view, export to Markdown, and you can also choose to publish it directly to your CMS system where we currently support WordPress. And there you can go in and create a new connection to your WordPress site. This means that in this way, you can write content about entire product feeds or individual articles exactly as you wish. We can just go through the settings. There are some models set up for which LLMs are being used for content generation, translation, research, and validation. And you can control all of that yourself. It all comes from the use of your API keys. So let's remember to use data for SEO and Open Router. I hope this is something you'll use a lot because I believe it can help a lot of affiliates get really great content written.